Hello everybody, this one is the Edison Mimeograph Model 4, a copying device in wood case, designed and patented by Thomas Alva Edison, manufactured by A.B Dick Company, Chicago, Illinois. It's from around 1920. In that days, when didn't existed the toner copying machines, if you wanted to make some copies, you had to use a mimeograph machine like this. It's not bad, it's easy to use, it's portable and don't use electricity. This device printed the copies using a stencil, that is a sheet of waxed paper. In this video I will show how it works this mimeograph, then I will prepare a stencil and I will do some copies. The Edison mimeograph comes in its wood box. On top there is a metal label with the name and the model. It's a Model 4 and it comes from Chicago, USA. A series of patents are noted on the label, dated 1876 and 1880. Inside the box there are the instructions on the left, and on the right there is a catalog of other mimeographs and accessories. There were 6 models from 0 to 5 and they costed from $12 to $23. This one, Model 4, costed $17.50. Here there are the accessories: stencil paper, ink, blotter, inking slate, writing stylus, etc. There isn't a phone number. Maybe at those times telephone was not so diffused and you had to send orders by mail. Not electronic mail, but mail, using envelope and stamp. Inside the box there is a printing frame. The screen is missing, I'll put it back on later. There is a musical pentagram with some notes. I don't know which is the song. There is only a part of it. There is also a writing plate. There is a tube with the original Edison paper for mimeographs. I will do the stencil with this paper later. There are some indications on top of the paper. Of course, it says to use the accessories. It's for autographic use, so it's not for use with typewriters, but you have to use a stylus to write on it. There is this signature in the wonderful calligraphy. There is a roller for inking the stencil. It's the original one, very worn. And this box with some stylus for mimeograph. The stylus have different tips. These are the original stylus from the Edison cyclostyle. There is this interesting stylus with 2 tips. It should be used with the music ruler. It's made to prepare a musical pentagram with different heights. I will show later its use when I prepare the stencil. This is the printing frame and it misses the screen. I will replace it. In fact, it's quite easy. This frame can be removed. There are some clips around it. Of course, I don't have an original Ronio screen, but it can be substituted with a fine mesh nylon fabric. Must be kept tight. Some history while I prepare it. The A.B Dick Company was founded by Albert Blake Dick. In 1876, Thomas Edison had already patented a duplicating press with an electric pen for cutting stencils. Edison was one of America's most famous inventors, best known for his electrical inventions. A.B Dick Company bought the rights to use some patents from Edison in the 1880s. Then Albert Blake Dick merged his efforts with Edison's, and in 1887 the A.B Dick Company produced its first duplicator. A.B Dick named the machine the Edison Mimeograph, and it was an immediate success. Okay, I'm ready to prepare the stencil. Let's use a music ruler to prepare a stencil. We can use the notes of Jingle Bells. You know this song, yes? I use the original waxed paper of this Edison Mimeograph from 1920. I place the waxed paper over a finely grooved steel plate, and I write on it with a smooth pointed steel stylus. The stylus I'm using is made specifically for making a pentagram with this ruler. It has two tips, one is shorter and the other is longer. In the ruler there are 5 grooves, and in each groove you put the short tip, while the long tip right on the waxed paper. So I prepare the music pentagram with the 5 lines. You see, it's easy. After this I add the note of Jingle Bells on the music pentagram. I don't know if I'm writing the notes correctly, but it's just to have an idea. The stencil is a sheet of paper covered of wax that is impermeable to the ink. In the line of the writing so made, the wax will be removed and the stencil paper will be perforated from the underside with minute holes. So in these points the paper is now permeable to the ink. You see it's transparent to the light. Now I place the stencil in the frame. I have a tube of original Gestetner ink. It has been always used. It's half squeezed. I place a little ink here on this plate. The ink is very thick. Now I place a sheet of paper under the frame with the stencil, and I start inking the stencil. Let's see the first one. Not a good copy. Let's try to do another copy. I pass the roller on the frame again. This copy is better, but still not good. Another sheet of paper in the frame, and I pass the roller on it. The frame must be well inked. It can take some time. With the inked roller I deposit the ink on the frame, which then settle on the stencil, and from there the ink passes through the parts that I have made permeable when I wrote on the stencil before. And from those perforated parts on the stencil, the ink ends up on the sheet, so generating the drawing. It needs some tries before obtaining some good copies. Let's see this copy now. I think this one is quite good. You can use it to sing Jingle Bells at Christmas. Consider that these accessories and this device have more than 100 years. Over time, the flathead duplicators were replaced by devices using a rotating cylinder. After Second World War, many technologies rose to prominence in the market. Of course, their copies are better and are easier to use, but still these devices remain fascinating. If you like old cyclostyles, maybe you could also appreciate this video. Have a nice day.